Hi, and welcome back to the Big Knit Energy knitting podcast. This is episode 16. I double checked this time because apparently I won't refilm the intro even if I don't know. And today I have one finished object, one half object, some progress on a whip, and a new cast on. And I also have some finished objects that aren't hand knit, so I'll show those after in like their own section. And I have a couple acquisitions, but not as many as last episode. So I'm trying to rein in my yarn purchasing so I can actually use up some of my stash. So yes, less acquisitions for at least a little while. So let's just get started. First off, I'm going to show you guys my finished object, which if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll have already seen it. And this is a new pattern that launched on Wednesday. It's the Penelope Tee by Julie at Work. And here is the finished object. So yeah, if you want to see how it fits, you can go look at my Instagram. It's bigknit_energy. I have a finished object photo there, which is a thing that doing the test knit for this like motivated me to actually do a finished object photo. So I'm gonna try being better at actually taking pictures of me in my knits and posting them on Instagram, because like I'll wear my knits in my podcast so you'll see them, but sometimes it helps to see like a picture. So I'm gonna go and take pictures of some of the knits that I finished earlier this year, such as my no frills sweater by Petite Knit that I finished I think in January. This was a Christmas cast on, and I think it took me about a month to knit. Yeah, so I guess I should talk more about this. So this is a bottom up saddle shoulder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually, saddle shoulders are a really nice fit. I like them a lot. But this is bottom up. I won't talk too much about the design so I don't give anything away, but this was my first time ever doing saddle shoulders, and I did the seaming kind of sloppy, but when it's on, I don't think it's super noticeable. But I really like the way this fit. Oh, and it was also my first time doing bust starts. I really like the way this fits, and Julie at Work, I don't know if that's her Ravelry name, but that's her Instagram name, is like really good at pattern grading. She teaches pattern grading courses, which I want to take eventually, but right now just isn't the right time. And I knit this in the Mace of Skeins club base in the colorway Cupid, and then just a sock base that I dyed this brown color. So there's that. The Mace of Skeins Cupid colorway is like a variegated pink, so you get this really nice change in like depth of pink throughout it. Both of those are fingering weight yarns. So that's my finished object. And my half object is currently inside out. It is a sock. I think I had barely started it last time when I showed you guys. Yeah, I had just started on the color work. But this is an all black sock. I was making it for my boyfriend, but for some reason I can't knit color work loose enough to make the color work fit over his heel. So now I'm going to have a pair of one-piece socks. So this is my little progress keeper. This is where I was at last time. And now I have a whole sock. I used the fish lips kiss heel and just a regular like wedge toe. I need to sew in my ends still, but here's the pattern. And if you don't know, this is a Jolly Roger, like the pirate flag symbol for the Straw Hat Pirates from the anime One Piece. So that's my half object. I'm knitting this in Knit Pick Stroll, which is a fingering weight yarn. And this is just the black colorway. And these come in 50-gram balls, so I got 2 of them. And this is a 75% fine superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. And this yarn is really soft, but this black colorway, it dyes my fingers as I go, so I'm really scared that it's gonna bleed into the white. I think I'm gonna try using a color guard, one of those little sheets that's supposed to pick up the extra color when you soak it. And then for the bone color, I'm using, I don't know the name of this colorway, but this was a mini from the Sweater Weather sock set for by Moonglow Yarn Co. And then I just, where is it? I just dyed up a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red on a 75-25 sock. Wait. And this is my little color chart that I drew. So if and I have that in my White Rose Fiber Co. Last year's Shark Week, Sock Week bag. So I should be casting on the second one and hopefully finish it in the next week or so. That's my half object. And then the progress on my whip is my Stonecrop Cardi. Last time I had just started the sleeve. I was up here. Now I'm almost done with the sleeve. And then I'll have to wash and block it so I can steek it. So for reference, that's how much left I have on the sleeve. So I was hoping to finish that before I showed you guys, since it's not very much, but I'll probably finish that today. Oops, I kicked my tripod. So I'll probably finish that today, and then I can block it and start waiting for it to dry. Oh, and I've talked about this a lot, so I don't really want to go into a whole lot of detail, but I am knitting either a size 2 or a size 3, I cannot remember for the life of me, of the Stonecrop Cardi by Drea Renee Knits, or Andrea Mallory. And this is in Magpie Fibers, Nest Sport, and Twilight Whisper, and the contrast color is Spin Cycle Yarns, dyed in the wool in the colorway Dead Reckoning. I have it memorized now. And then my new cast on is something that, oh, and I have this in my ramen bag. My new cast on. My Stonecrop is in the ball sack. So my new cast on is something that I cast on with Crafted by the Fates. We did a like little Zoom knit night, the two of us, because we talk a lot on Instagram, and so we thought it would be cool to like actually do a Zoom call. So we cast on the Harlow Hat by Andrea Mallory, or Drea Renee Knits, and this is a 2-color brioche hat, and it was my first time doing tubular cast on, and I really like the way it looks. Oops. And this is reversible. Let me show you guys the other side. And I am knitting this in the Wandering Flock fingering weight single. I think it's a merino fingering single. And what was the color of this? Neon Orchid, maybe? I don't know. It's a colorway they still have. And this was scrapped from my shawlography. And then I'm holding, and the main color is a fingering weight 75-25 sock yarn that I dyed myself. It's really crazy. Oh. And I really like the way it looks on this. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too much, but I actually like it a lot. Oh, it's called Electric Orchid, that colorway. And I had 42 grams of that left, and I think about the same of the color I dyed. So yeah, I think this is really fun and crazy and good for a hat. And I'm knitting this on Addy 16-inch I think they're called like rocket needles. So I got those just for this hat since I didn't want to knit it magic loop. So yeah, that's my new cast on. I'll have to remember to go get a progress keeper to put on here. And then that's all my hand knit progress. And before I show you the progress or the FOs that are not hand knit, I'll show you one acquisition. I got a Sentro 48 stitch knitting machine, and that is how I have these extra finished objects. Alright, I don't know how to show this. So this is like a hand crank knitting machine. Pretty cool. I wasn't really sure if I was going to actually like using this that much, but it's pretty fun. Definitely gives you like some satisfaction of having a finished object really fast. So I made 3 hats on this knitting loom. The first one being just green, and these are in some Lions brand yarn. I don't remember what it is, but it's just like probably a worsted weight acrylic-y wool mix blend yarn. And for these you just knit like a tube and then you cinch in the ends, sew up the ends, so you can wear it like this. Also, I can't see what I look like, so hopefully I'm doing a good job. Or you can fold the brim. This one I ran out of yarn, so it's not as long as I would normally make it, but I think it still looks okay. Good for someone with a small head. And then I made this one out of some color changing yarn that I had left over from a hat that I crocheted for my niece that my oldest sister ended up stealing from my niece, and she like cut it up so she could stick her ponytail through it, which was like really annoying. And I wish I had had the tension a little tighter on this one, but it's still good. And I just used this one till I ran out of yarn also. So there's that. This one's more lightweight, this one's a lot more dense. And this one is like the same kind of Lions brand. They might be pure acrylic, honestly, I'm not really sure. The same like worsted weight-ish type one. And this one I knit like gray in the orange middle and then gray again. This one is a lot longer than the green one because I was able to use 2 skeins so I didn't run out. And also I think I'd already used part of this for something else. Same with this one. So there's that one. So those are the 3 that I made. And then my boyfriend also made 3. So I'll show you them because I feel like they deserve a moment to shine. He actually took the time and did like a stitch pattern. This one is in like a fancy Shibui knits yarn. And it's kind of loosey-goosey because that yarn is really stretchy, so you would have to like stretch it the whole time and maybe damage it in order to get like a tighter fabric, but it's really comfortable. And then he also made this pretty purple one out of a like marled kind of color changing yarn. Again, he did a stitch pattern here too. This one's a lot bigger, so you can fold it up a lot. There's that one. And the thing about these is they'll be really nice for gift knits. And then he made this one, which is my favorite of the ones he made, I think. And it's a different, so you can either have like a plain stockinette version with a blue brim, or you can have the stitch pattern with more stripes and an orange brim, which I don't know which side I like better. I think they're both pretty nice. And those are all the hats that we made with the Sentro knitting machine, which I heard about this from the Woolies podcast. I think her name's Haley or Locknit's got one for her birthday, and she cranked out a bunch of hats, so that's kind of what like inspired me to look into it. And moving on to my 2 acquisitions, I'll start with this Progress Keeper set. It was like a mystery Progress Keeper with the like a pet theme, like dogs and cats, and this is from the Vessel Stitch Co. on Etsy. Let me dump it out, sorry for the sounds. So it came with 2 little sticky note things that are cats, some graham cracker snacks that look like Scooby snacks, a little 20-gram mini skein. This is in the colorway Biscuit on Southern Sock, which is a 20-gram mini skein that's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and this is from the brand Southern Skeins. And then I got, I think this is all that this is the last thing that came with that Mystery Club set. These are a bunch of little lobster claw stitch markers or progress keepers. So we have one that is a dog face, one that is like a little corgi, one that's just a paw print, one that's a cute little cat, and one that is a bigger cat. Oops. So these are cute. I think I probably wouldn't buy these if it hadn't been for the like the mystery aspect, but so cute. And then I purchased myself, I purchased all of this myself, but I purchased separately with picking it this little enamel pin that is sock knitting, because I'm collecting enamel pins to put on my Hobie knitting bag. That is like the main bag I use usually for sweaters and stuff like that. And then my second acquisition, and I bought that a while ago. I bought that like a month ago. And my second acquisition is from Little Wing Fibers. Where is it? Yeah, Little Wing Fibers. And this is from the Shoujo Heroes collection. Shoujo Heroes collection. And this is the colorway Save the Day. And this is on their, I think it says LW fingering base, which is 100% fine superwash merino. And yeah, it's just like these really, let me take the thing off, the label. It's these really like dreamy pastel colors. There's hints of blue and purple, but it's mostly, I would say, pink and yellow. And this will probably be a summer top or a color, like a contrast color for something. So there's that. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but I just really wanted to buy something from Little Wing Fibers from the Shoujo Hero collection. So, and that's all I have for today. Hoping next time to have a finished Stonecrop Cardi, maybe finished socks, maybe a finished hat. That might be a little ambitious, but I'll definitely have at least one new cast on for you. I have a bug. I have a lot of ideas like that are stuck in my head that I want to make really bad, but I only have so much time. So So yeah, I'll see you next time.